Hey, we do. How's it going? You're going to want to watch this. Guarantee you, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Guarantee it. Well, maybe, hopefully. Anyway, um, I'm sure you have heard by now that the House of Representatives has uh, voted it in, and it will go to the Senate for the MORE Act and to decriminalize it federally, and then leaving it up to states. Um, to make their own decisions after that, like we covered yesterday's video, and I knew that the House was going to pass it today. Now, and I also said there's not really priority in the Senate and yada yada yada, but hang on, I'm going to take it on a journey. We got a few different tabs open, and we're going to walk you through what I've been paying attention to for the last year, maybe. So hopefully you can is find something that you haven't seen before. So we're gonna watch this video real quick,
We
just
have
because
some
it's
breaking news right
legendary,
now. The
and I've already done this
Democratic-controlled
video a couple
House has
times already.
approved a bill to decriminalize and tax marijuana at the federal level. And if you've been following this week, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy had criticized Democrats for bringing this up during a time when they're trying to get a coronavirus relief bill done. And almost assuredly, and of course we can't predict the future, but it looks like it will be dead on arrival when it reaches the U.S. Senate. But the House today, Democrat-led, decriminalizing marijuana at the federal level. We'll keep you posted on this.
Now I have a different outlook on things for sure, I suppose, because the what I'm about to show you here. Um, so there's other reasons that got me on this trail to pay attention and watch Israel. And I mean, if you're into medical marijuana and stuff like that, you I would assume you would know Israel is on top of the leaderboard on that. They have the father of cannabis, Raphael Masholem, something like that. I probably butchered it, but um, yeah. So he's been doing research for decades. So they are way ahead of everybody else, and they are going to be medically and recreationally legal relatively soon using the Canadian infrastructure or so, learning their ways and doing it different, I suppose. Anyway, there's a lot of neat stuff coming from Israel, and there's a lot of stuff I haven't covered, and I haven't been able to do videos in the last week, so we're gonna get back on track with that. So how I got to this, you know, okay, Israel's research clinical trials for CBD and COVID-19 treatment, April 25th, 2020. Okay. They came out and started doing CBD tests because of the anti-inflammatory purposes of, yeah, utilize anti-inflammatory properties of the CBD. Trying to do it all without doing a cut, but without stuttering it or anything like that as well. But for CBD anti-inflammatory purposes, and they went ahead and did that study, or started the study at least by April 25th, 2020. Now, we'll jump to United States, to Maryland. There was something that happened in 2013, I think it was. 2013, there was a partnership of a sort with some kind of education agreement, if you will. So I don't know if that's what's connecting these two with CBD and medical marijuana, but there's definitely something happening there. So this just kind of solidifies what I'm doing, but this is kind of like the little story that is leading up to where we are now. Um, could CBD treat COVID-19? Maryland researchers want to find out. So they go in and tell you that they're going to be looking for it, and doing the study. June June 18th is when this article is written. All these articles will be down in the description for you to read yourself. But this states CBD will not be recognized as a therapeutic for treatment diseases and conditions without performing the critical research. These boys up there aren't playing around when they're if they are working with and following Israel, they're doing it the right way. And I will go into with bioremedies. You can't see that, but that's who they're using with to do this research. So now we jump a few months to April 11th, 2020. Israel finds efficiency in using cannabis terpenes to treat COVID-19. Huh? August 11th. You know when Trump says uh, vaccines and therapeutics? Okay, hang on. Hang on. Something's happening here. Okay. Something, I don't know exactly what. I mean, a therapeutic or a cure, or whatever you want to call it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's something happening with, or especially what happened yesterday with the House of Representatives, or today. Because all this is just funneling to what's going on today. Study finds efficiency in using cannabis terpenes to treat COVID-19. They don't joke over there with their medical research. They know what they're talking about. Um, and then they just go into. I haven't read this in a couple months, or a few months now. I guess it was August, but yeah, they just go into how they're going to do it, who's doing it, and yeah, you're more than welcome to go look that up. Just here to give you your resources you can scroll through if that's what you want to do. But um, that is a thing that's happening now. Maryland hasn't come out with the whole thing about terpenes yet. I don't know what's going on there, but we are in, when was this posted? Oh, August 11th. August 11th, and that post from Israel's terpenes came out August 11th. And this bioremedies came out August 5th. Of the bioremedies. Bioremedies MD delivers enhanced CBD formula through a patent pending transdermal patch to treat COVID-19. Okay. And it goes, this is like a press release stating who their partnership with and stuff like that. Um, this is University of Maryland, folks. This is bioremedies. These people don't play around. They're not, some basement people putting CBD and testing it. Okay, this is the real deal. So that's the bioremedies actually comes out and says it themselves. Okay, and then this is from today. No, a month ago, November 5th. Um, how cannabis-based therapeutics by Inocan Pharma could treat COVID-19. Come on. And I think that's the low. I don't know. I haven't read this one, so I couldn't tell you. Sale of branded CBD integrated pharmaceutical and topical. I'm sure it just talks about the company, what it's doing. I'm not too interested in the company. CBD sprayer under the brand name Relief and Go. It's a spray, not a patch. What's fun about the patches is you can put it on and you don't have to worry about the taste. You don't have to about uh, 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 quantity. I think that's quality and quantity and consistency are the three biggest things that you have to worry about if you want to do medical cannabis and CBD for pharmaceutical purposes. We all know that each plant, each strain, each grow can make the plant a little different in a way, but you can't do that with a pharmaceutical way of doing it. So that's the three biggest. So not too interested in that. I'm just saying that there's other companies and things are happening leading up to this. So now you get to a point of today's vote passing the House, and everybody's talking about it's not going to be passed. The Republicans hate it, and yada yada yada. Like I said in yesterday's video, it's not fair that they get to say that because what I'm about to show you. So after I got done doing the video, I seen this article talking about how the Republicans top New York Republican lawmaker says marijuana legalization will happen in 2021. We are watching it happen in slow mo. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon just because of the priority list. And you can argue, health is a priority for sure. Don't get me twisted, okay? There's people out there that really could use this and things like that. So I'm not trying to downgrade that at all, but I'm just saying there's a lot of there's a lot of things happening, moving pieces right now. But this is going to happen. This is happening slow mo for now. Um, in my opinion. Um, so then the ways in like Senate's not gonna do it because Trump's against marijuana, yada yada yada. This is something I don't see being shared or talked about too often. This is the golden goose, if you want to call it such. This is November 23rd, 2015. This is before he was president.
Oh, they're asking me these questions in GQ, and this one's tailored sweatpants. They're okay with me. Legalized marijuana is always a very difficult question for medicinal purposes, for medical purposes. Absolutely, it's fine. We have to help people, but at the same time, people have to come into our country.
Oh, okay. Absolutely for medical. Absolutely, he says. Get a screenshot of that. Absolutely. Okay. For medical purposes. We are going to be watching what Israel is calling the medicalization of cannabis. Not going to be legalized. It's going to be medicalized. Is what it's going to be. And if they got some studies and they got the science that backs that, trust the science. That's what they say. But they got some scientific hard stuff pointing that cannabis can be used for not only COVID, for other things medically. And it's been stripped. Like, we have an e-cannabinoid system. Our bodies need CBD. Like starving your body of vitamin D or vitamin A or any other kind of vitamin that you take in a men's one. You're starving your body of that. It's weird because I don't, like I said, I hope people understand. I hope people understand that Israel has been doing some things, and if you haven't been paying attention to Israel, I probably would be. Um, but yeah, they've found a whole system in your body that uses it and needs it, and for this prohibition that we have going on, and that's why yesterday when I said, look at legalized marijuana, go watch yesterday's video. It's how they said it. Okay, marijuana. You know what's in our controlled substance list? You know what it says? It doesn't say cannabis. It says marijuana. Okay, so the verbiage that they used in the WHO and now in the House Senate or a House, sorry, and then they have it here, marijuana. You can take, I think, I'm pretty sure, without don't pretty sure it says marijuana and marijuana only because cannabis wasn't a word back then. It was slang. It was it wasn't a it wasn't a good word to use to describe it. Okay, and it hinders Mexicans, or it's based out. I don't know. There's something with the Mexico and Hispanics and marijuana and stuff like that. But there's something happening, and if United States is working with Israel research, you bet your sweet cheeks it's going to be good. And it's time, in my opinion. Just let her happen. Let her go. I just think that a lot of the politicians don't have their fingers in the pie yet. You know, um, I've watched and listened and read things of there's other times in history that politicians no 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 until they get their money in the right places, and then they turn around and say yes. Okay, that's what I feel like it's going on. It's inevitable because you cannot fight the science. We have an FDA approved drug already with with a medical or with cannabis based epilepsy drug. Okay, you can't have people sitting in jail or when you're saving people's lives with the alternative type of thing. You know what I mean? Like this plant puts you in prison, but we're using that plant to to help this person over here with epilepsy medically. Okay, that's you. My opinion, you can't do that. You can't say these people over here are in jail because of marijuana or cannabis or whatever verbiage you want to use, but these people over here can do it legally. It's just saying. So with this bill that they just passed today in the House, will decriminalize it on the federal level. Um, I don't know what's all in the bill or anything like that. Little things that you don't get on the mainstream media. You have to look at the bill itself. But if you expunge people that are sitting in jail extra term or in jail by that itself, they should be released and expunged or their and then given a second chance. You know, they went to prison for marijuana, and now they're a federal a felon. They can't get a job. Nah, I don't think that works either. Okay, so the House is at least they got that in there, and they're doing something with that. But it's not completely dead. Okay, that's what I want to get across. It's not completely dead because the Senate and President hates marijuana or Republicans don't want it. You know what I mean? Right there. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. This could come left field real quick. Never know. So I want to not only give you like bring back you down to reality, and not got too hyped because it's just bad timing in my opinion. I don't know how you argue that. Is it a good time? When is it a good time? Is 30 years ever a good time? You know what I mean? Um, or when it's anyway, we're gonna call it on a video. I can rant all day on this. Um, but don't get too discouraged and hate Republicans because they don't like cannabis and um it's not what the president wants. Okay, he said it himself before he was president, and we'll see where it goes from here. I just think it's bad timing. With all the election stuff going on, the COVID relief package. And I know the COVID relief package has been trying to push some kind of cannabis research for it with it as well. And they tried to sneak in the decriminalization for cannabis um, in the relief packages, but it has I don't think, or no, it was a banking bill. They wanted to put the banking bill into the COVID relief package. I don't think we need to go in debt. Okay, I'm all for medicalizing it for sure, but I don't think we should go in debt with the banking system right off the hop. Like the science, we don't need an excuse. The science is the facts. We don't need an excuse to get it passed. We don't need to go in debt to get it passed. It's coming. So thanks for being here, hanging out. Hope you learned something, saw something you haven't seen before. Sorry for the stuttering. If you followed, thanks very much. Appreciate you. And I'll rant on another day. See you guys later.